Have you ever wondered which attraction in Disneyland was the very first to be fully air conditioned? Maybe not. It's an unusual question to ponder. But it may surprise you that it took nearly 8 years for there to be a place in Disneyland for guests to sit down and cool off. Stick around and I'll tell you all about it. One thing I really love, perhaps more than telling stories myself, is experiencing storytelling in the real world. And what better place than Disneyland, the original Magic Kingdom, to show us what real-world, in-person, fourth-dimensional storytelling is all about. Have you ever noticed how one particular building at Disneyland can tell two completely different stories, depending on which side you're standing on? I'm talking about the Plaza Pavilion, an opening day, July 17, 1955 Disneyland restaurant. The Pavilion, with two L's, from Main Street, USA, it looked like a charming Victorian conservatory. Gingerbread trim, glass windows, an airy veranda. The design was part of the nostalgic 1890s to 1910s idealized America. Its delicate architecture matched the optimism and elegance of that era. This was the perfect place to relax with a meal before exploring deeper into the park or after having explored the park. It was placed at the end of Main Street as a kind of architectural bookend which reinforced the story that Main Street continued into a bustling town square. Guests would pick up their food, buffeteria style, and enjoy a veranda seat facing the plaza. Or they could stroll right through the building and suddenly they were dining in Adventureland. On the other side of the very same structure, it transformed into the Adventureland Veranda, a shaded tropical patio where guests could sit among palms and bamboo and overlook the riverboat activity happening down at the world-famous Jungle Cruise. Polynesian longhouses, thatched roofs, and exotic landscaping. No Victorian gingerbread here. It became a tropical outpost. This wasn't an accident. Walt and his Imagineers designed the pavilion as a dual-front stage set. Victorian Americana on one side, exotic Polynesia on the other. From Main Street, you never saw the Polynesian thatching. It was hidden by clever sightline control and plantings. And from Adventureland, the Victorian trim vanished into the tropical architecture. Think about that. One building, two faces, two entirely different stories, all hidden in plain sight with no contradiction. And it stands to reason that this creative approach would have been employed at this time because Walt didn't hire architects to build Disneyland. He hired theatrical designers from the studio. By the early 1960s, Stouffer's signed on to sponsor the restaurant complex. The Adventureland side evolved into the Tahitian Terrace, with live Polynesian shows, waterfalls, and fire knife dancers. And right next door came the Enchanted Tiki Room, Disney's very first audio animatronic show, and the first fully air-conditioned building in the park. You needed a lot of air conditioning to cool down the electronics that were happening to power the audio animatronics. And a fun fact, the Enchanted Tiki Room was originally conceived as a dinner show, a restaurant with singing birds. Walt scrapped that idea because he didn't want clinking silverware ruining the magic of the animatronics, not to mention a very long table turn. Nonetheless, since it was planned to operate as a restaurant, the Enchanted Tiki Room received restrooms just to the left of the entrance doors. As for the Main Street facing pavilion, it took on many uses over the years, from Stouffer's Plaza Pavilion restaurant to an annual passport processing center, a home for PhotoPass, to Jolly Holiday Bakery, which opened in 2011. The guest experience connection to Adventureland is long gone, but the shared building complex, of course, still remains. The Plaza Pavilion, Tiki Room, Tahitian Terrace complex is a masterclass in Disneyland's dual storytelling design. It literally transforms depending on which land you're in. Classic Americana on one side, tropical exoticism on the other, while hiding the seams in between. And that's the magic of storytelling in the real world. It shapes how we feel depending on the perspective we're given. If you enjoyed this little hidden story, check out the other videos on my channel where I uncover storytelling you can see and touch all around us. And in the description, I'm going to go ahead and link to some other videos and resources like my 3-part storytelling framework. It's a simple way to bring this same kind of magic into your own business or creative projects. And remember, every building has a story, and sometimes two. Like, subscribe. Thanks for watching.